Well, things have taken a very interesting turn. It's getting quite exciting here at Newport County, and it seems that we are in the money. Let's go to the video. Hello and welcome back to Rodney Parade Newport, where things are getting very exciting indeed. And if you are a first-time visitor, then subscribe, watch, like and comment and help us to help support chronic heart disease research. Okay, so now let's get on with the video. And what has been happening at Newport? Well, after all these good reports, 3.5 years of it, I asked for a budget increase, and good Lord, the first time that they have ever offered me something, when mostly I just usually get everything rejected. They accepted my plea for more transfer money, and they've raised it from almost nothing to 1.5 million. Now that might not sound like a lot, but it's a gold mine to me. I'm used to like 200,000 every transfer window, so this is huge. I still have money left in the wage budget, and now with that 1.5 mil, I have a lot of wiggle room here to do some serious tinkering when the transfer window begins in January. But one of the first things I have to do is make sure that Timmy Abraham gets a new contract. So to try and do that, I've been still trying to sell Charlie Lakin. Now, although he's okay, he is just really a very good League Two player, and he's not what really I need. But Birmingham now are interested in him, so hopefully we can raise a great deal of money, 4,400 a week. He's not justifying that. And then we can give that to Timmy Abraham, whose contract we really must extend. The plan with him would be to extend for another 2 years and then sell him for a big profit in the summer of next year. So in terms of what's been happening on the pitch, last time you were with us, we were playing QPR. We drew at QPR. We then had 2 draws against Luton and a 1-1 draw against Swansea. And then we were beaten 2-0 in the Carabao Cup 3 round by Tottenham. But it was a very good performance, in all fairness. We beat Ipswich then by 1-0. And then came our worst run of form for a while. We were beaten by Wigan by 1-0. Fulham spanked us 4-1. And we then lost to Bournemouth, unsurprisingly, by 2-0. But we recovered and beat Middlesbrough by 1-0 and then whipped Sunderland in a very comfortable 3-0 victory. We have very difficult fixtures coming up now: Sheffield United, Blackpool, Huddersfield, Norwich, all very difficult fixtures. And it's going to be difficult to get anything out of that. Although we are still sitting in 9th position with 20 points and looking good, and we've never been this high. In fact, I'm starting to get nosebleeds. We're so high up the Sky Bet Championship, and we've achieved this with absolutely no funding whatsoever, and it's a credit to me and the players that we've been able to manage to sit this high, the highest Newport have ever been. Ever. So we have this tough game against Sheffield United to begin a 4-game series. But just a little bit of news before we move on. Crystal Palace invited me to an interview, which I went to, and then news broke the day after that it is possible that I am going to be taking over at Crystal Palace. And the newspapers were full of it. But I do believe that Xavi Alonso is the favourite to get the job, but we are getting closer by the look of it. Whether I actually want the Crystal Palace job, because I actually don't like Crystal Palace, but whether I want the job, I don't know. But it seems I am right up there. And it seems the interview went very well and had a significant impact on the situation, with the Crystal Palace believed to have been increasingly impressed with the credentials I have as the process developed. And sometimes we forget that we've won 2 championships in the 3 years or so that I've been in charge here. And so maybe, quite rightly, Crystal Palace are taking this very, very seriously. So the next week might be very, very interesting. But first of all, we have a game to play, and we can't really be thinking too much about what's going on here. We have to go and play a very difficult game. In goal is Rodgers. At the back, Boyle, Pask, Sweeney. At wing-backs, Lewis and Dehaney. East, Lakin and Hackney in midfield, Nuttall and Abraham up top. Now you'll see we have switched to a back 3. We're just trying something out a little bit different to what we've been doing to see if our bad run can end. Well, not the bad run can end, but to see if we can affect the game a little bit better. We're going to play in a balanced way. We're not sitting back against Sheffield United, who are undoubtedly the toughest opponents that we've had for a long, long time. But there's a long kick by Rodgers, and it goes nowhere. And here comes Sheffield United. And from what I expected, they're going to be on the front foot for the entire game. They are top of the league. They are favourites to go up, to be promoted to the Premier League, and I really don't know if we can actually get anything out of this game. Probably not. And they're playing the ball around quite nicely, looking for space, but our press seems to be working okay, and they're trying to force the ball out wide, and here comes Sheffield United, and here is an opportunity. I think that's going to be a penalty. I think that Pask pushed him over, and the worst possible start that we could have, as Sheffield United, within 5 minutes, have gone a goal up, and Trezeguet has blasted the penalty into the bottom corner, giving Rodgers absolutely no chance of saving that. It's interesting that Trezeguet is still around and still playing in the Championship. And that was a good header, but well saved by Rodgers. And all I want from this game really is to try out this new approach with 3 at the back, and to see if we can just hold our own. Really, it's just about not getting beaten too bad. And here's Abraham with a chance, and he skies that over the bar. I really expect better from him in situations like that. That was an opportunity. We're actually holding our own. It's possession-wise, we haven't got the ball, but we are getting shots in, even though they're from way out. And maybe we need to look at what we're going to do in terms of that. Maybe we need to do something with the line, and we can perhaps get closer to goal and get a few more shots on target. But we are still holding our own, and we have a free kick. And Pask will take the free kick. He finds East. East is looking for... Abraham is in. He must score. And once again, Abraham, I think he's left his shooting boots at home and got his plimsolls on. He's had two awesome chances. But at half-time, it's just 1-0. I came here hoping that we wouldn't get a good hiding. We're not getting a good hiding, and we have created chances, and so we're not doing too bad at all. It's sometimes easy to forget that we are, by far and away, the worst team on paper in the entire Championship. And so to be doing what we're doing is extremely good. And here comes Sheffield United, and there's another chance. And I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I think it hit the post. And Lakin brings the ball forward for Newport. Now, can Newport get a... That is a dreadful for a red card, referee. That has to be... How did he get away with that? Now, if I did that, that would be an immediate red card. He was in the clear. We're going to make some changes. Boyle isn't having, none of my defence are having the best game in the world. And we're going to shift to a 4 at the back system and go just a little bit more defensive, I think. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just stay at balanced and see what happens. And as the substitutes are coming on, Sheffield United have got a free kick. And I really don't think this is very fair because they actually don't seem to know where they're going. And here they come. And this is not very fair of FM. We only have 3 in the wall as Trezeguet lines up the free kick and scores. And I really don't think that is very fair of FM because there was only 3 in the wall and the coming on didn't actually know where to stand. And Trezeguet took the opportunity and made it 2-0. Hey-ho, what can you do? This is FM. And that would not have happened in real. But here's Hackney winning the ball back, and that was very, very good play by Newport. We are working with this press again and working them on endurance. And we're just going to see, we're tinkering with things, having a look, see if anything works. Abraham finds Livermore, and Livermore with a long-range shot which whistles over the bar. And I think maybe, yes, we do need to push the line up a little bit more because we are shooting from way too far out and being very wasteful with the few opportunities that we're getting. But I'm happy. We're only 2-0 down. We're not being absolutely dreadfully beaten. I can't ask for a victory here or a draw here away at Sheffield United. That would just be too hard for a team of this calibre. But we're holding our own. We're doing okay. I'm very pleased with what's going on, despite the fact that Sheffield United are coming forward again. And they are trying to get down the right, and that was good pace from Baldock. And Baldock tries to get in the middle, but what a great tackle. And Rogers claims the ball. Well, in terms of the tactic, I'm fairly pleased, actually. We've created 7 opportunities with it. We've been beaten 2-0, and soundly beaten, in all honesty. But, excuse me, but what can we do? We are now in 11th place on 20 points and still going very, very well after 14 games. And I can't ask for any more. To be a mid-table team at this point in the season for Newport is phenomenal. And what that means now is that we have these 3 more dreadful games coming up, and it's going to be a very, very interesting time over the coming week. So if we just have a look at the schedule coming up, it's not pretty. We have Blackpool, our arch enemies, and then Huddersfield and Norwich, who are both tipped for promotion with Sheffield United. So these are 3 extremely difficult fixtures. And I think we'll come back for the Cardiff game. That will be a good game to come back for. Don't forget, subscribe, watch, like and comment, and help us support and raise money for chronic heart research, something I care very passionately about. And that's it for this video. We'll be back for the Cardiff match, and if you are following along, it could be an interesting week next week, and I think we may have some decisions to make as we go into the next week with Palace. And also we had an interview with Preston, who are lower down in this league, and we're not going to take that. But I think it's going to be a very, very exciting episode opening up next time. So all that remains to be said now is see you in the next episode.